We're going to be joined at this time, Steve, by Jennifer Bukowsky. Jennifer is a criminal defense attorney up in Columbia, Missouri, and she's been a previous guest on the Eric Farris Show. Jennifer, are you with us?
I am, Eric. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Hey, Jennifer, we're talking about all the scandal-palooza we've been talking about the last couple of days, and then on my show on Sunday, IRS, Sebelius shakedown, all this stuff, including the Justice Department evidently has been subpoenaing secretly phone records of journalists. It even came out yesterday that they've been chasing and targeting specifically a Fox News reporter named James Rosen. Just some really over-the-top activity. And again, I don't understand how Eric Holder, the Attorney General, still has a job. What's your feedback?
I think that's an excellent question. I mean, when you see the Attorney General of the United States come to testify before Congress in front of the House Judiciary Committee last week, and he answers, I don't know, to just about every question, you wonder, how does this guy know enough to have a job? And it's just puzzling to me and disappointing to me as an attorney. But then again, I guess Obama is an attorney too, and he learns everything by seeing it in the news. So I don't know how he has so much time to watch the news. But one thing that's troubling about his Holder answering I don't know to every question last week before Congress is that we have checks and balances in this country for a reason. You know, one branch of government checks on the other. We all learn about that in school. But when a branch refuses to be checked, we don't have any balance. And we saw this with the Fast and Furious scandal with Holder, the way that played out. I mean, here he was called to testify before Congress about why the Department of Justice ended up saying that the letter they had issued was inaccurate, and he refuses to provide the documents in compliance with the subpoena, and so he's held in contempt by Congress. And if you're held in contempt, you could go to jail even, but that is unless you're the Attorney General.
Jennifer, all these
in this case, Joe Obama gives you executive privilege, and you don't face any consequences. So that's how Eric Holder gets to just come to Congress and say, I don't know to every question, because he knows that he can do that, and there's nothing Congress can do about it.
So, Jennifer, I mean, do you think that President Obama should call in Eric Holder and basically tell him he needs to resign? I mean, does he need to lose his job over this?
He should, but I'm afraid he's not going to, because it seems like as long as Eric Holder is covering for this administration's terrible unconstitutional choices, that he's going to stay in power and stay in office. I mean, you got to keep in mind that this is an Attorney General who issued white papers arguing that it's legal for the United States to execute a 16-year-old boy that's sitting at the side of a restaurant with the drone, and that it's legal and constitutional for the executive branch to execute Americans in that fashion.
Yeah, you're right. That's something we've covered.
Scandal, it's great. Eric Holder is going to look into this, but you have to remember that the IRS agents that investigate like IRS crimes, just like the ATF agents or FBI, DEA, they work hand in hand with the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're separate entities and one's really going to give the other one any sort of oversight. And this is the same Attorney General who's, up until last week, said that it's fine for them to look at anyone's email without a warrant if the email is over 6 months old up on a cloud server. He just announced last week that, maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Maybe Congress should change that.
Hey, Jennifer, I appreciate you joining our program this morning, and, that's a great perspective, and we'll see what happens with that. We're going to move on with news and weather this morning, but thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Eric. Have a good morning.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
KRZK News Time coming up to 7:30.